The Newsline.
Hello and welcome back to People's TV. In today's video, we're examining a major development in the international arena concerning Israel. If you've been following our channel, you may already know there are two main territories where Palestinians reside: the Gaza Strip, controlled by Hamas, and the West Bank, administered by the Palestinian Authority under Mahmoud Abbas. Both are geographically located within the borders of the State of Israel. Over the past several months, international pressure has mounted on Israel to recognize the West Bank as an independent state, with Jerusalem as its capital. A coalition of nations, led by France, is aggressively pushing this agenda, with increasing calls for the recognition of the West Bank's sovereignty. The latest development in this campaign is that France is reportedly preparing to formally recognize the West Bank as a sovereign state in September. Historically, however, Israel has referred to the area as the West Bank in official contexts, despite its deep historical and biblical significance as Judea and Samaria. While Israel did not formally annex the territory, it tolerated the status quo for years and made consistent efforts to coexist with the Palestinian Authority, despite ongoing tensions and disputes. However, in response to what Israel sees as growing international indifference, and in particular the actions of French President Emmanuel Macron, the Israeli Knesset has now taken decisive action. It passed legislation to officially refer to the West Bank by its historical name, Judea and Samaria. This move asserts that the territory is not a foreign, independent state but an integral part of Israel's historical and national identity. The push by France and its allies can be seen as an attempt to act as midwives, assisting Iran, the head of the so-called axis of evil in the Middle East, in delivering a new proxy terrorist entity in the West Bank. Iran, a state run by the terrorist Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, has long sought to destabilize the region. France's move appears to be in direct service to that goal, duplicating in the West Bank the terror state conditions that already exist in Gaza. But Israel's bold legislative move was a direct rebuke, a political slap in the face to Macron and his allies, and it's already having ripple effects. Several U.S. states have announced they will officially use the terms Judea and Samaria instead of West Bank in all government communications and documents. This shift, supported across party lines in the U.S., highlights growing global resistance to France's stance. Reports also suggest France is pursuing this path against the wishes of the United States. As a result, France has alienated key Western allies and provoked criticism from nations that support Israel. Meanwhile, Israel is advancing plans to annex the Jordan Valley, a strategic region adjacent to Judea and Samaria. This proposal recently passed in the Knesset with strong majority support, 71 votes in favor to 13 against. Before we wrap up, I want to draw your attention to a recent scene aired on a major media outlet. The footage showed a man carrying a sack of flour into his house and celebrating with his family. The channel tried to portray this as evidence of food shortages in Gaza, but there are a few critical problems with this narrative. First, aid organizations do not distribute flour in full sacks to individuals. They are given in smaller family packs. That sack was likely stolen, either from an aid truck or during distribution, by someone affiliated with Hamas, a group known for looting humanitarian supplies. Second, the footage was professionally shot, indicating a staged scene, not spontaneous or authentic. Third, and most importantly, if there is a food shortage in Gaza, it is a crisis caused by Hamas and its refusal to cooperate with international agencies. Currently, dozens of aid trucks, many facilitated by Israel, remain stalled at the Gaza border. The United Nations and other agencies have been blocked from distributing that aid because Hamas continues to sabotage efforts and reject cooperation. Let's be clear, there wouldn't be a war, let alone a humanitarian crisis, if Hamas simply released the hostages and laid down arms. The suffering in Gaza is the direct result of Hamas actions and their refusal to prioritize the welfare of their own people. If this report helped you see the situation on the ground clearly, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to People's TV, where truth has no agenda, and facts speak louder than spin.
Subscribe us for more details.